How many times have you looked into the music when it says B flat and you play B natural? You may already know how to read the music, but how come it happens again and again? Reading music can be very easy, but to translate it into playing on the instrument needs a lot of patience and understanding. So in this video, I'm going to share with you how to read the music and play on the instrument effectively. So you can play any piece you like, anywhere you like, as you wish. Hi friends, I'm Scarlett and welcome back to my channel. So first of all, Happy New Year, and I hope you had a great holiday, and now it's time to come back and to practice. Alright, so in the past 2 weeks I was in Malaysia. I was spending time with my families. I went to the camp, if you watched the last episode, and I was also setting up my website. So please do give me more time because it's almost there, and hopefully I can launch it by this month. So I was going through all my notes, and the things that I really think I should mention is the biggest struggle I have. It wasn't taking in new ideas, but it actually was try to reprogram myself, try to fix those bad habits. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to read. Everyone can read a music, but how do you read a music and to translate that into actual playing? And I'm going to share with you like every time I look at the music and what I was thinking, because I went to the camp, as you know, if you watched the last episode. If you have not, you can go and watch the last video. I share a snippet of my the camp in the end of the video, and I was so surprised that all the mistakes they make, they are the same, which is playing the wrong notes, playing the wrong rhythms, and it's just everywhere. But it doesn't supposed to be like that. Although they are having their music in front of them, they are not memorizing it anyway. They still play the wrong notes when they have the music. So I wonder, why is that? And when I looked through all my notes, I found out that actually it's because of one thing, which is habit. If you have gained a habit of just simply play without thinking, then it will be like rooted in you. And so every time you see something, like you see B flat and you play B natural, or when you see C sharp, you play C, it becomes a habit. So later on, we are going to practice together. How do we stop, think, and sing, and then we play? So this is a progress that we have to continuously practice, very, very slow, because we might not have the time. When you pick up an instrument, teacher might not give you the time to say, this is how you're going to play, this is how we play. You get what I mean? So you might be like get asked to like play really, really fast, like on the spot. And when you practice, you might want to play 1,000 notes at one time because you're so rushing to play a piece. But just hang on there. In this video, I'm just going to show you how to read it from very slow and very complicated. Not to say complicated, but it looks complicated. And how do you play it exactly like how the piece is written? Many times it's already written on the piece, but we don't play it that way. I wonder why. I started to think, oh, actually this is something I can share with you, because if you cannot encounter that as you go on in this musical journey, it's gonna be really difficult for you. I think the best teacher for the student is yourself. My best teacher is myself. Every time I record myself and I look it back, and then I learn a lot of things. So you want to do the same thing, which is you be your own teacher. So don't rush. In this video, we are just going to slow down, break down everything, and then we will learn how to read the music again. Alright, it sounds very easy, it sounds very funny, but I tell you, you might miss out some details, and I'm gonna show you what are those details. So if you're ready, let's get your instrument and let's get started. Hi everyone, so we are going to break down the exercise into two parts, which is first I'm going to introduce you the theory, musical theory, and then will be the practical part, which is we are going to play it together. So I always think that these two has to come together because the theory and the practical will make music. Although you're gonna just practice them like individually, but you have always keep them in mind that these two things they work side by side. Alright, so first we are going to look at the note values. So this is the note values, and this is the very basic and the core of the music. We have to have this rhythm, the note value in us at all time, because if you're not feeling the pulse, you're not feeling the rhythm, you're not feeling the note value, it's very difficult. It's extremely difficult to play because your music simply is just not going to be in place, even though you have all the notes right, which means you can get all the C, D, E, F, G, these are called note names, right? But if they are not in place, not in the right pulse, it's just messy, so it's wrong. So we can just do the reverse order to learn about the note value first. Okay, so if you look at here, we have semi-breve. It's the English name, or we can call it a whole note. It's 4 beats, which means 1, 2, 3, 4, stop. It's 4 count. Okay, so you need to stretch it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I don't count 1, 2, 3, 4, it will be ba, stop. Okay, you have to stop at the next downbeat, same as the rest value. So it's rest, ba. So the rest count as part of the music. So every time when we see the rest, please don't just stop and stop forever. No, please count this as part of the music. Okay, rest is part of the music. And then you have minim, which is 2 beats, which is cut the whole note into half. Alright, and then you go down to quarter, which means bum, 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 bum. That's a quarter. And then you cut into half again. You get quiver, which is also the 8th note. And then you cut them again, you get semi-quiver. And then you go to demi-semi-quiver. Alright, I know it's a bit too much, but for now, just look at the whole note to the 16th note, which means 1 beat. When I say 1 beat, please look at the right column. 1 beat is the crotchet, or you call it a quarter, and there's 4 semi-quiver. I repeat, 4 semi-quiver or 4/16 in 1 beat. So if I sing just quarter, it sounds like this. Ba, 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 ba. But if it's a 16 note, it sounds like this. Da, 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 ba, da, 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 ba, da, 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 ba, da, da, da. But you will notice that the beat is the same, which means I keep the pulse the same. I won't go 1, 2, 3, 4. I go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is the consistent pulse that you have to have every time when you practice. That's why I always emphasize that your metronome is your best friend, so you need the metronome to keep you in time. Alright, and let's move on. The next one we're talk about is the staff. Here. So you see this every time if you look at the music sheet. This 5 lines is the basic, alright, we call it staff. And when the notes go beyond the line or below the line, we call it ledger lines. That's why you often see there are notes above the line or below. Okay, so they are called ledger lines, and the 5 lines, the basic line is called the staff. And next, we have the time signature. I get this online and I think it's really good. I drop down the link below if you want to check out Rebecca's website. I think it's really good, so I credit this one to her. And okay, if you look at the bottom line, it says 4448, right? You always see this number at the very left of the system. So the bottom line means what? It means the type. Okay, so if you see the bottom number indicates what type of note will equal 1 beat. So I sing ba 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 ba. This is the quarter. It can also be an eighth. You get what I mean? So a 4 on the bottom line means a quarter note will equal to 1 beat. Alright, so you always see this as a majority in your music. And the top line means how many quarter we have. So if bottom line is 4, that means a quarter. If on top is a 2, that means 2 quarter in a bar. 2 quarter in a bar. If it's 8 at the bottom, 2 on top, which means 2 eighth note. So etc. So if it's a 6/8, which means 6 eighth note in a bar. Alright, I hope this helps. If you need more clarification and explanation, please go on to the website and take a look. Alright, and let's move on. Is the clef. Saxophonists, we all use this clef. It's called the treble clef. We also call the G clef because it starting from the G line. Okay, that's it. Very straightforward. The next one will be here. It's getting more and more. You see the staff, and then we have the clef. The clef indicates which pitch you are going to play. Okay, so look at this one. Every good boy deserves food. It's a shortcut. You can memorize it that way. It's on the line, as you can see. And the bottom one, FACE, is in the space. You can also memorize at phase. So the one beyond or the one below, you will have to practice it so you can see at the notes and then play the notes right away. But this will help you to find out the rest of the note. You can just count it from the bottom or from the beyond. Alright, so every good boy deserves food or fudge, as you like, just to memorize it that way. Okay, so on the line and in the space. And move on. I'm going to show you the fingering chart. Okay. This can be pretty confusing if you look at the first time. Even though it says E flat alto saxophone, if you are on a B flat, you can also use this because the fingerings are more or less the same. Unless some of the instruments they don't have F sharp, but most of the instruments now, the more than one, you already have an F sharp. Okay, so you might be very confused on how to play this one because it's simply so many fingerings and it's semi-toned up, like B flat to B, and then to C sharp, and sometimes it's called A sharp, and then you call it C flat, and why is that? So A sharp, if you look at the first bracket box, A sharp and the B flat, right? It's the bottom, the lowest note of your instrument. You cannot go any lower, okay? And as higher, you can go any higher because it's altissimo, but we are not going to cover that today. It's B flat, A sharp is the lower. So when are we using A sharp? When are we using B flat? It depends on the musical context. So we look at B flat, sometimes we play B. It's I think it's because we get really confused, like why is that? Sometimes I see A sharp, I play on this fingering, and when I say B flat, I also play this fingering. So you have to tell your mind that it depends on the musical context. They have alternate writing, but they sound the same. That is why every time you play something, you have to listen to what you play, not just relying on your visual and your muscle memory, which is physically pressing the key. Because if you're not aware what sound you're producing, that will not make sense, and you are not digesting the sound in you. Like you're not synchronizing your visual, your muscle, and your listening. That is why every time you are not familiar with a piece, or even though you have played many times, you still play the wrong notes. It's because you are not listening to the sound before you even make the sound. Does it make sense? So imagine you are holding down the note G, you already hear the G sound, right? I can call it F double sharp or A double flat, but it sounds G on your instrument. So don't think of the other instrument. Just focus on your instrument right now. I'm also a pianist, but if I think of the sound of the piano and I play on my instrument, it gets really confusing. So if you are practicing on the saxophone, just make sure what you are hearing is the sound of the saxophone. The sound, the timbre, the quality of the instrument, and the pitch. Okay, so as you visual the note and you play it, you have to tell yourself that, okay, individually, I know this is B sharp, this is C, but it sounds the same. The sound can be very abstract, but this is how you practice until you get the right note. It's not the right note first. It's also what you hear before you even play it. Alright, it's a bit long, so if you need more explanation or a deeper understanding, please pause the video and think about it, and then you can listen a few more times until you really get what I mean. Alright, I hope it helps. And I have this one for you. I think this will make it easier. So if you don't look at the accidentals, which we will be talking about later, you will see it's very straightforward. From C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, you are just releasing your fingers. What I want you to do now is you press on your instrument, close your eyes, and visualize your fingering. As you go up the scale, you are releasing your fingers. Okay? You have to feel the motion. You have to visualize the key, and you also need to think about the note and also the sound. This is how you practice. This is how you read music, okay? When you read music, you're just not looking at the note and then guess like, oh, this is A, this is B. No. In that way, you will slow down a lot. So when you practice your skill, make sure you know which fingerings you are at and you feel it. So think, press it down, and then think about the sound and sing it. See if you can get the sound right, get the pitch right. This is a very difficult exercise at first, but it's a really good exercise. I've did it when I was in college because I was just like trying for fun, and then I realized that, oh, I don't have the G note in my head, even though I practice a lot. What does it mean? It means I'm just not listening, and that's really terrible as a musician, as a music student, because you are relying on your muscle memory. Okay, so if you are doing that as well, please stop. Just take this time to relearn, reprogram, and then be friend with your instrument. Like really digest everything, every single note in your head, in your heart. Okay, and this one is the upper register. Also do the same thing. You just add an octave key, and as you go up, you also visualize the fingerings, the note, and then hear the sound. Okay, let's move on. The last one will be, okay, accidentals. Accidentals can be a little bit tricky, but don't worry, we will get there. So okay, this is the one I'll show you. Okay, sharp sign, flat sign, natural sign, double sharp, and double flat. So flat means the original note, you lower the note one semitone lower. One semitone lower. Okay? And sharp is you raise a semitone higher. Natural, you just cancel previous accidentals. So if it's sharp, you go back C sharp, you cancel it, you go back to C. If it's C flat, you cancel it, you go back to C. C natural. Okay? So if you place one more flat, we call it double flat, which is the whole tone. Okay? Whole tone means two semitone. Semi means half. Okay? Two half tone equals to one whole tone. And same goes to double sharp. When you raise it, it becomes the one whole tone higher. So C double sharp also means D. Okay, C to C sharp to D. It's one step higher, another step higher. Step means also like half step means one semitone. Alright? And if you apply everything here into the music, you'll see this. Most of the students, if they see this, what they do is they get very frustrated and then very confused. First, because you see so many semitone, so many semiquavers, which is the 16 notes. It doesn't mean fast. It doesn't mean fast. Oh no, although I see here is 132, it looks fast, but it's actually not that fast. Because if we have this habit of looking at, oh, short notes is fast, then everything gets very messy, right? So in the later practice, we are going to look at two pieces and we are going to play it together, and I'll let you know what I was thinking when I practice it and how I practice it. Okay? Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you have fun and learn something from it. So if you like more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe my channel to support my channel. And if you have any topic you would like me to talk about, you can leave a comment down below. So after this, I have some family moments I would like to share with you. It's when I was back in Malaysia. But if you want to practice more, you can always skip this part and continue to practice. So I wish you a very great year ahead, and let's make more music and have fun together. And I'll see you again next time. Bye!
Happy birthday!
你开，开开。拜拜。好吃。来，一来。哎呀，好吃。来，给这个，给这个。